Cuckoo.
We're Isabel and Kim, girlfriends living in France and chatting about everything going on in our lives. Come hang out with us while we cheers with an Aperol Spritz, swap stories, get into some deep talks, and share what we've learned along the way. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast, and you can follow us on Instagram at cuckoo.pod. Hi, Kim.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yes.
What's up?
Well, we had a little ski week.
Fun.
I know for those of you who listened last week to skiing in the Alps, we got to ski one more time this year before there's no more snow, but there was a lot of snow.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we went, we took the kids out of school, which we don't normally like to do, but it was kind of necessary because we went to Club Med for the first time, which I think some of you mentioned last time that you had heard of. And we also talked about it a bit of like, we'd never been, but let's see, we've heard good things. So I can give a little update on that.
Yeah. Tell us all about it.
Okay.
How was it?
So I would say overall good.
Okay.
I cannot totally say that it was worth the money because it is expensive and it is one of those where it's all included. So we went to the Club Med in La Rosière in French. So it's in the French Alps, about like a 4.5 hour drive from here. So it's a kind of decent drive, which is why we ended up kind of going like Saturday through a Wednesday. So the kids missed a few days of French classes, but I think they're okay, hopefully. But yeah, so the good things I would say if you ever decide to do a Club Med, the skiing is awesome and easy for the kids. So they are in a ski club and they even like help put on the kids' boots and skis so you don't have to like.
Yeah, I heard you like drop them off and they do everything for you.
Everything for you. And they even have their own little like ski room that they get help from the instructors. And it's all through ESF, which we talked about last time.
Oh, it's ESF.
Yes. So they're getting
they
like
still
their
get their
stars.
stuff. That's so cool.
So it's very cool. And then they ski pretty much, they can choose to do half or full day. We did a full day. My daughter, who's just turned 6, was not super into the full day, so I just did a half day the next day. But they also have adult ski school where you can join a group with your level, which is pretty cool.
And that's included in your stay?
It's included in the stay.
That's actually really cool.
Yes, and you can, and I feel like the lesson is also through ESF, and you can like test into whatever level you feel like you're ready for. And it was great. Like I met a lot of like great people and it was just an overall good experience. I would say the parts I did not like.
Can I say one thing about that's really appealing to me, the group class kind of situation, because I think, I don't know, I only grew up skiing in New England and I just feel like the mountains were so much smaller and more manageable and you could kind of learn them quickly.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like so overwhelmed in the Alps and I kind of am scared skiing by myself.
I was too.
And it's nice to have like a guide or have some kind of professional that knows where they're going. Sure. And because, you can like end up on a different mountain. You can end up in Italy. Like you can end up on something really, really hard.
100%. And they're not super well labeled. Yeah. So I mean, this is right on the border of Italy. That's a cool perk. So it was a really good perk.
Because it's expensive. If you want to like take a guide for 3 hours or something, it adds up if you do that every day.
Yeah. And everyone was like super nice. And like the guides were really great. Like they even like tested you individually and would give you individual coaching.
So cool.
So it was great. I would say the part that just for us, and again, everyone's preferences are different. I'm not like a buffet person. So like, I don't love where there's all these stations and people and you got to grab plates. And I think with 2 young kids, for me, it's like stressful because I have to help get all their food. And then by the time I can actually sit down, like they've already finished their meals or they need a refill and then they're on dessert. And I'm like, oh my God, now my food's cold because I have not even sat down once. So it's just not my favorite like experience. I don't mind. I think breakfast is awesome and the food.
I love a breakfast buffet.
Totally. Same. And like the food is really like, I would say it's high quality. It's just, you have to kind of be okay with like every meal having a buffet. And then I would say the other part, like if you're the type of person that likes to go on vacation and relax and like, it's kind of like a tranquil, nice experience. This is not that. This is like a beach.
The video
like
you sent me
European
was wild.
club. Like nonstop. So there's like constant activity and DJs and like for the kids, the first day after ski school, this is not even a joke. They had like 8 different bouncy houses. The kids could go in every station. There was a cotton candy station, a grab any candy you want station.
Oh my gosh. A kid's dream.
Like a kid's dream. There was face painting. There was like races. There was music. There was dancing. It was like I looked at my kids and it was like they were in heaven.
I mean, it sounds like a good, like, chaotic kid vacation.
It was a great chaotic kid vacation from that respect. So, just I would say like maybe try it once or try like half a week. I'm not sure. Honestly, I could have handled a full week of the
food thing would maybe be hard for me. I don't know, especially when you explained that like you have to eat lunch there too because your ski group comes back for lunch there. Like that kind of, I don't know. It's so fun to eat on the mountain.
Oh, I love eating on the mountain. And we did, my husband and I, so this is right on the Italy border. So the kids were in ski school a full day. So we skied together over to Italy and ended up like eating at a great restaurant in Italy, which was so fun.
That's very cool.
So that was my update on Club Med. Cool. What's new with you?
So are you going next year?
I don't know. TBD.
What's new with me? Honestly, I feel like I've just been working a lot. My husband actually went skiing this week too.
That's
for
right. So
like
cool.
He went up for one night and skied 2 days. And so I was, and then he was away with your husband last week. So I feel like I've kind of been like making use of having the house to myself and working a lot, but
that's good.
Nothing
super exciting.
Nothing too exciting.
It's okay. We'll be together a lot this weekend. We have a lot of
we have a lot of social
activities this weekend. So that'll be fun.
And then it's like almost the April holiday again.
Yes, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. So I'm going to the U.S. with my daughter to do a little girls trip. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
and
we have my in-laws coming in for the first time. In fact, my stepmom-in-law is coming to Europe for the first time. So I'm really excited. She has her passport. We're really excited.
Nice.
So we'll be in France as well. So it'll be nice.
Great.
And then we're gonna go to London from Paris and take the Eurostar train.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Anyways, all right. Should we introduce our topic of the day?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so we thought it would be fun. I think when you read online or you're visiting France, it's like you kind of just get the same cities that everyone knows in France. So we thought we would talk about our like top
the beaten
3.
path.
Yeah, like a little more off the beaten path and our top 3 favorite cities each in France. And shockingly, there's a lot of the same, but there's a lot of places. Obviously, Isabel's been that I haven't been, and vice versa.
I only have 2.
Okay, well, I have 3.
Okay.
So if you want to start?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So these are like maybe places you just wouldn't stumble across doing your own research. So my first one, which is actually very close to us, is Les Goudes, which is technically in Marseille, but it's the like farthest most point of Marseille. And it's this small, like old fishing village. Mm-hmm. And it's just, I don't know, how would you even describe it? It's so beautiful. It's right so on the edge of the Calanques, which are these like, I think limestone rocks that go right down into the Mediterranean. And so there's a lot of hikes you can do through there. And it's just, it's like going back in time. It's just remote. For sure. There's nothing there except for like, there's a small town, like some fishing boats.
But there's our favorite restaurant in the world there.
Yes. So good. So I think this is a great place to visit. If you can do it if you're staying around Aix, like you can do it as a day trip. If you're in Marseille, it's really easy. You can take the parking gets tricky in the summer, but I'll circle back to that because I have a small trick for that. But if you're staying in Marseille, you can take a ferry from the port in Marseille to Les Goudes, which is really easy, or you can take the bus, which is super easy. We go all the time. I feel like
we've been a lot.
I've been a lot too.
It's about, so just for proximity, I was going to say it's a little further from us and X. It's about
depends
an hour
on the traffic
and
too.
Traffic.
Yeah, sometimes it's taken us a while, like almost an hour because of traffic.
But it's basically like, wouldn't you describe it as sort of like a beautiful hiking mountain range that feels untouched, that you climb to the top?
It's almost like another planet. Like it
totally,
doesn't
like you can see for miles and all the little, you can even see like islands that you wouldn't see elsewhere.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful.
So beautiful. You can swim off the rocks.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So a couple of things, like if I was going to spend a day there, this is probably what I would do. I would go and do a hike in the morning. Yeah. And then, so there's 2 options you can do for lunch. So the first one is Tuba Club, which I just think is like,
we're obsessed too.
The best. I think it's one of the best restaurants in this whole
region, for sure.
There's so much fresh fish on the menu.
Oh, it's so good. And the cocktails.
The cocktails are amazing.
Yes.
You can sit outside on the rocks. They put these beautiful tables on the rocks. It's awesome. They also have a hotel, so you can stay in the hotel.
I wonder how the hotel is. Have you?
It's cute. So actually the whole like structure was an old diving club.
Oh, cool.
So it's really just like built right onto the rocks. But I think there's something like 4 or 5 rooms. It's really small. And if you are staying at the hotel, they'll like lay out chairs and stuff for you on the rocks. You can swim there.
So nice.
So if you wanted to stay there for one night, I would totally stay at Tuba Club. That way you could do Tuba Club. But then there's also another place called Le Baie des Singes.
Wow, I haven't. Oh yes, I went there. It was great.
The food isn't. It's like the food's not as good as Tuba Club, but it's really cool because one, if you have a reservation there for lunch, you get to access their private parking lot,
and
which is almost worth it in itself in the summer because it is.
Really hard.
I mean, it's hard to park there off season. In the summer, it's almost impossible. There's just no parking.
Yeah.
But you can rent. It's a restaurant that's like on the rocks, and you kind of have to walk like 10 to 15 minutes over the rocks to get there. So it's kind of like a fun place to go. But you can also rent lounge chairs there. So if you want to stay and like lay in the sun all day and then have a lunch reservation, you can swim there. I just feel like that's
I totally agree.
A great day. And you can add that on easily as like a day trip from if you're staying near Aix, if you're staying in Marseille, you can definitely add that on. Yeah. You can even like stay the night there at Tuba Club. Sure. I would love to stay there.
I would just say if you have young children and they might be a little rambunctious, there is no like siding. Like they could go right over the rocks.
If you have toddlers, I would literally never bring a toddler there. You could bring a non-moving baby.
Yes. But that would not be that fun, and getting the stroller down those rocks.
Yeah, I don't think you could even put a high chair there. You can technically eat inside, but it's not really the point. Yeah. My daughter has come with us once, and honestly, it was fine, but she's 5.
Yeah. So. Well, I actually took my kids, and I was like, they were just getting wild and about to jump in the water, and I was like, "There's rocks," and so. Anyways, I would say it's better if you could without the kids.
But I do think Baie des Singes is okay with kids.
That's totally fine with kids. I agree.
I've done that. We did that. My daughter had just turned 4.
Yeah, I think because that's actually like sort of fenced in.
Maybe even younger than that, when she was 3 something. But it was fine. Like even the walk out there, and then we went swimming off the rocks. It was really fun.
That's awesome. Cool.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to give my favorite. I kind of have mine in somewhat of rank order too.
Okay.
Okay. Lake Annecy.
I'm dying to go there.
I'm obsessed. We went last summer in August when we first moved here. They call it the Venice of the French Alps, which I did not know.
Oh, interesting.
It's the third largest lake in France, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Like, it is turquoise water surrounded by medieval castles, surrounded by mountains, and even you can see snow-capped mountains in the distance. Like
in the summer?
In the summer even.
Wow.
It is so cool. The water is like crystal clear, a beautiful temperature. It's a little bit like, it's not as like hot and humid as it gets in the south of France because it's about 4 hours north of here.
Yeah, that's which
is a nice location. They have a lakefront path that goes around the entire lake. So everyone rents e-bikes or bikes, and you can stop at all the, like there's a million restaurants on the water. So you can just like stop and eat and go to beaches. And the town is also so beautiful. Like there's a river running through it. They have like kayaking through the river. It's just really, really probably one of my favorite, most beautiful places.
So did you rent bikes like for the kids too, or did they like?
No, we did an e-bike and put the kids. It was last summer, so they were a little younger, and put them in seats in the back of each of ours. Smart. And they had a good time because we could kind of like go fast, but then we took breaks, and they could like get in the water, get off and hang out.
That sounds so nice.
Yes. And there's a really awesome hotel there that I would completely recommend. I'll put this in the show notes, but it's called Yoann Conte, and it's like a very small boutique hotel. They maybe have like 10 or 15 rooms, but they have a 3 Michelin star restaurant in the like restaurant location, and they arrange babysitters that you can go out or to the hotel, which is so nice, to the restaurant.
I saw a picture, and those like they had these lounge chairs set up by the lake. It looked
and then they have one of those like I didn't even know about this, but there's something called like a Swiss like jacuzzi where they're all
never heard of
wood.
This.
I know, it's super cool. My kids loved it. So anyways, all around a perfect like summer.
And how far is that from here?
About 4 hours from Aix.
Okay.
I would think a little bit. It would probably be like
Pastillon?
Yes, like you could even do Geneva probably, and it's closer. Okay. If you wanted to fly from the U.S. or another location into Geneva, it's probably like an hour and a half or 2 hours from Geneva.
Yeah, that could be good add-on. Yeah.
So I would recommend for you this summer. Or we should go together.
Yeah, no, I really want to go this summer. Okay, so my other town that I really like that's kind of off the beaten path is called Uzes. It is, so the last time, I've been there a couple times.
Wait, where is this?
It's, so last time I went, I was staying in Gordes with my family, and it was like a 45-minute drive from there. It's more like east.
Okay.
Probably from Avignon, it's like 30, 40 minutes.
Okay.
So it's a little bit more like east than all like the other like Loumarin Valley towns. And it is an ancient it has Roman influence.
Oh, cool.
So it's near all of those like Roman aqueducts.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about.
But it's a really beautiful, that like actual town is really beautiful. It's walled city. You can stroll around. There's all kinds of cute stores. They have a big, beautiful food market. It's really nice. And there's a lot to do in the surrounding area. You can go to like vineyards. We went to like an olive oil vineyard and like did olive oil tasting.
So fun.
There's like all of these. You can do it. We did a big walk. There's a lot of like streams that run through there, and you can picnic and go swimming in the streams.
Oh, so fun.
And then there's this famous, like I think the most famous Roman aqueduct is called Pont de Gare.
Okay.
And you can rent kayaks and you can swim through there. It's just like a lot to do, but the town is very charming and it's a nice size.
Oh, that's perfect.
It's not like as big as X, but it's just, I don't know. I really like it.
Oh,
and
that's great.
There's this one restaurant there called Maison D'uzes.
Okay.
That is amazing. Oh. I want to say the girl who owns it is British.
Okay.
But the food is just really good. The cocktails are unbelievable.
Sounds
and
awesome.
You can sit like outside, kind of like in front of the restaurant, like in this courtyard, or in the back they have another terrace.
Fun.
It's just a really great place to eat. And then I also did, I think it was a 1 Michelin star restaurant there called La Table d'Uzes. And it's in this fancy hotel that could be a good place to stay if you wanted to. I mean, I think ideally if you go to that area, it's nice to rent a house so you can kind of explore all the different places in the region.
Yeah.
But if you want to stay in a hotel, there's a very fancy hotel called La Maison D'uzes, and this is their restaurant. And they have this beautiful courtyard, and you sit outside under a big umbrella.
Nice.
And I just had a very nice lunch there. And then there's another hotel that I stayed at with my husband that had, to this day, I think one of the most comfortable beds I've ever slept
You're still
in.
thinking about the bed.
I emailed the hotel when I moved to France and we needed a new mattress. I emailed the hotel and was like, "Can you please tell me what mattress this is?"
Did they get back to you?
They did not answer me. I emailed them multiple times. I was
like
being a stalker. And this hotel is not that expensive. I think it's like 150, 200 euros a night, but there's a little pool. And I don't know, we just stayed in this beautiful room that had this terrace.
Wow.
It was great.
So
and
you would go back just to sleep, you think?
I would literally go back just to sleep. It's hard to find a good mattress here.
It is hard to find a good mattress.
And this mattress was so good.
Most of them are from IKEA.
Yeah, exactly. But so that other hotel, the hotel I really liked is called Hotel Entraigues, but I'll put it in the show notes.
Fun.
So that's what I've got.
So you should mention, since it's close to Gordes, this is probably a city a lot of people have heard of, read of. It's getting a lot of, I mean, I'm sure it has been over the years, but publicity. It's a medieval town on the mountain. I've been there probably 4 or 5 times.
Since from here?
Yeah.
I see. I've never been since we moved here, but it's not that far. It's an hour, I think.
Yeah, a little over an hour, hour 20 maybe.
Okay.
But it's up, like, why I think it's so famous, like, beyond the history, but it's really, really high up. So you can see the views of
you see like the whole
Loumarin
Valley.
Whole valley.
It's very pretty.
There are some really beautiful shops and restaurants, and so
it's a little touristy.
It's gotten, I think, more touristy. Like right now, I'm like, I don't really want to go back to Gordes unless someone really wants to go when they visit. But there is a beautiful, I think it's a Le Beige hotel that's like
that hotel
jets out over
really, really pretty
mountains. It looks amazing. I've never been, but it looks super
I did
amazing.
A crazy hike there when I was
you did?
like 6 months pregnant. The last time I was there, because my parents came for 2 weeks. We rented. I'll actually I'll put the Airbnb of the house we stayed in there because it was awesome. It had this big pool. There was a lavender field.
Oh, cool.
This like courtyard of the house with this really old tree, and it had this big table you could eat outside. It was just like a great like family vacation house for a week.
Sounds awesome.
But anyways, one day we got up and there's this hike you can do like through the mountains around this old monastery.
Wow.
And I think it was like 6 or 7 miles. I was dying. It's so hot here in the summer.
It
was August.
I was going to say like don't go in August. It's like, and it's not near water. So it's like, no water. Hot.
Yeah. But this whole area is really great because there's a lot of charming towns. You can go to Menerbe, but Bonnet, I'm butchering all these names. Bonnet, Bonnieu, where else? Joka. Have you been there? There's like all these little towns. Loumarin.
I've been to Loumarin.
Is very cute.
Yeah, that's really cute.
So you can kind of like rent a house there and then drive around and visit all these other.
That's a really fun thing to do.
Towns.
I feel like in the summer, as long as don't go like when it's in August though.
I mean, I went in August. It was still, we went for 2 weeks in August.
Okay.
Look, we like would get up and like do something in the morning and then we would just come back and hang at the pool in the afternoon and then maybe go out to dinner or just like cook a big dinner.
Oh, fun. That sounds awesome.
It was fine. I feel like if you're coming, like it's such like a vacation spot for summer.
Totally. Okay, you're right. I was just thinking fall is lovely there. You can see the trees changing. I don't know. We went to Gordes in the fall and it was really lovely.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's just like there's a lot of times you could go. But if it's for like your summer vacation.
Yes, it's totally. You can make sure I guess you have a pool though.
Yes, definitely need a pool for sure.
Okay, I'm going to give my second. We had a little.
Actually, that house I don't even think had air conditioning. We were fine.
Okay, so
it was like a big old house. So I don't know. Maybe it did have air conditioning. Can't remember.
There's also, we should note that not a lot of places that are Airbnbs in this region have.
I also found a scorpion in our room.
Okay, so you're going to recommend this?
Yeah, it was an awesome house. There's just like a lot of scorpions in the region.
All right, I'm not
very scary.
Actually, we have a lot of lizards in our yard. Like in the summer.
Yeah, we have a lot too.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, there's lots of lizards.
Lots of lizards. They're kind of cute now. They don't really bother me.
Yeah.
But anyways. Okay, sidebar. All right, my second location, I'm going to butcher this name, but I think I got it. It's L'Île-sur-le-Sauge.
L'Île-sur-le-Sauge.
Sauge.
Okay.
Okay.
I love this town too.
I love this. Yeah, you love this town too. So this is, they call it Europe's antique capital, which I didn't know.
Oh,
so
me
it's
neither.
famous for its antique markets, which sounds like kind of old people and not fun. But honestly, it's
awesome.
So great.
I brought my mom. We loved it.
I brought my parents and they were like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like there's just so many unique antiques like everywhere.
And every Sunday they have this antique
market, which takes over like the whole town, and the whole town's on this like gorgeous river that runs through it. And so it's also close to Fontaine de Vaucluse. Have you been there?
No, I haven't.
That's also a really cute town that the same river runs
Okay.
through. But they also have these like really cool, my kids love the historic water wheels that you can, like they're kind of, I don't know, back in the day, I guess that's irrigation systems.
No, it's really cool. There's a lot of ducks. My daughter loved it too.
Yeah, that was super cool. Great restaurants. I would highly recommend for like a Sunday day trip. You can go to the antique market, have great lunch. There's actually a really cute wine bar that I'll also mention that's there. So, and it's about an hour-ish from
I think it's like just about an hour.
Yeah.
And then also if you're not there on a Sunday, there's still, did you go down like to the left, like closer to the parking where there's like the antique.
Oh yes, that's always
the alley
open.
That's
the alley
always open.
That's beautiful. And there's a really awesome restaurant in there.
Okay, I saw the restaurant. We didn't eat there.
We ate there with my parents.
But that one, those are like really nice stores with antiques that are open. I think they're open all week long.
They are, and art galleries are in there.
And they have, oh my gosh, they have like these like big ceramic pots. It's really expensive, but there's so many treasures there.
Yeah, there's some that aren't as expensive. I've noticed, like, but it depends on.
I don't know. I was looking at this like pot that was like 700 euros, and I was like, damn.
But they do know how to ship like everywhere.
Yeah, I think they all ship
I would say
worldwide.
That's like
there's some really beautiful wooden dining tables.
Yes,
just like a great selection.
If you live in France and you want to remodel a home, I would go there
right away too.
For sure.
Same.
Okay, what's your second?
I already did mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did the Goudes and D'uzes. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay,
and I added in a little sprinkler of Gordes.
Okay, then I'm going to talk about my third, which is actually two different cities, but they're both on like Côte d'Azur, which is the French Riviera, like on the Mediterranean. So these are kind of less known. I feel like I've had a lot of messages where people are like, I'm coming this summer. I'm going to fly into Nice and do Cannes and do Saint-Tropez. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like that's awesome. They're great. They're very expensive. And there are really amazing, I would say less known towns that are just much more authentic and really great food and cool villages. But don't get me wrong, we do love a good Saint-Tropez. We were actually just talking about the beach clubs.
Until I got discouraged by the 3,000 euro a night hotel. But I think the fun thing about Saint-Tropez is there's like nightlife and like shows and definitely like a fun vibe. I just like don't think I would go there in family mode at all.
No.
Maybe like,
although the beach clubs with kids are still fine.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you have to really want that vibe of like a bunch of people like acting
trying
very
really hard
rich and like lots of yachts.
Yes.
And if you're looking for something a little bit more low key, I just feel like there's other options you can do.
Yeah, I think it's like if this is, I agree. If this is your first time coming to the south of France
and you want to like party
and you want to party and you want to just see it all, like see what the reputation's all about. Yes.
I had a blast there when I was 27.
I just had a blast there for my like 42nd or first.
Oh yeah, because you were there for your birthday.
And it was, we got a babysitter for the kids. We went out. My husband was like, I would not do this again, but I had a great time. So it is like, I would say it's much more of a scene than it is
sceney,
sceney for sure.
Like it sort of in the way that the Hamptons, like the Hamptons can get like that.
Yeah, this is like on steroids compared to East Hampton, I think.
I don't know. I feel like some of those like, or maybe even like some of those places in Montauk that like just got like.
Yeah, Montauk got really wild too.
But it's like, it's sceney in the same way that like people go there to be like
seen. For sure. So no diss on Saint-Tropez, just it's also like so expensive compared to you can drive 20 minutes to like an awesome town and stay for a fourth of the price.
Yeah. I even think like you could stay closer to there and just like do a day at those beach clubs because that one beach is, what is it called? Ramatuelle or
I know what you're talking about.
That one big
we'll put that in the
beach.
notes, and that's beautiful
because it's hard to find. It's really hard to find a sandy beach in the south of France. Most of it is rocks or cliffs. So I do think that beach is just like amazing.
That beach is amazing. I'm going to now throw in a bunch of cities in the south of France that I really like. That this one is also more touristy, and it's near Nice, Cap Ferret. There's like a famous Four Seasons there.
I've never been there.
It's really beautiful. I would say like maybe spend one night in Nice, but I would rather like go there or to Cap d'Antibes, which is also nice. Okay. And I think those are still like a little more touristy, but you're still getting like a little more of the scene and the vibe. Yeah. The two I'm about to recommend, I would say, are much more like local, like that people do. Because
there's no like dancing on the tables.
Yeah, probably not.
Champagne.
Although we haven't really.
But who knows? Maybe
we haven't really spent a night in either of these cities because they're like day trips.
I just feel like the age is a little older.
Yeah, well, okay.
Who knows?
Are you saying for us or?
No, I just feel like every time I've been, I don't know.
Maybe, okay. It's probably a little.
I think, you know what it is? I think it's also just a little bit more French, like just normal. Because like normal French people aren't going to Saint-Tropez on the weekend.
Definitely not.
I feel like Saint-Tropez, like if you're coming to France to actually feel like you're in France, like going to Saint-Tropez is not going to feel like you're in France. It's just like Disney World for adults. It's like.
But like not as cheesy as Disney.
No, but sort of, honestly.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of into it. Okay, it is a little cheesy. Okay.
But the towns that you're talking about are just more like where actual French people are going and spending time, I feel like.
This is what I'm going to talk about. So there's two towns. The least touristy of them is Sanary Sur-Mer.
You love this town.
I love this town.
I still haven't been.
We have family friends there, which is why we go often. So they live there full time. And it's just so beautiful and preserved, and they're gorgeous beaches. There's like a lot of restaurants on the beaches. They're sandy.
Wow.
They're gorgeous.
Awesome.
And it's like so basically it's between Toulon is the biggest city and Saint-Tropez. So it's like 30 minutes from each. It's in between those two. What I like about
an hour and 15 from here?
Yeah, about an hour 15. What I like about it is the town is just really cute. They have really great restaurants. They have gorgeous beaches. There's great hikes. Like it kind of has like, for me, the best of everything.
Yeah.
And it just feels, it's not as like stressful. It feels very peaceful and beautiful.
Yeah.
So that would be my place we go to probably more often. The other one, I would say this is actually kind of touristy, is Cassis. It's spelled Cassis, but it's pronounced Cassis. And it is where you see like all the colorful buildings.
It's like, very pretty.
It's super pretty. And there's a beach right there. That beach is not great, but it's like all little
rocky rocks and it's very crowded. But
yeah,
tell them about the hike.
Okay, so there's
because I've never done this.
Okay, this is cool. There's a Calanques, like same as what you were talking about in Marseille, that you can actually hike like all the way up on these rocks. It's not actually that bad of a hike. But you see like the whole Mediterranean Sea, and then you can go down and there's like these private little beaches. There's no restaurants or anything but you can just sit all day on these like in like these little enclaves that have beautiful turquoise water and swim. So nice. And it's really nice. And then you can actually hike from there to the port, and the port is like where all the restaurants are along the water.
I've only been to the port.
Okay. And the town's actually cute. There's like good shopping, great restaurants. I would not recommend eating like right on the port. There's like 2 good restaurants maybe, but the rest are like so touristy, but it is pretty to sit there.
Have a drink at least.
Yeah, for sure. So I would say, and it's only like 40 minutes from here, which is why we go more often.
I feel like the closest one.
It's definitely the closest one. So I would add that to my list as well. Oh, and then you and I have one we want to add together that we've never been, but we want to go. Île d'Airelles, the island.
Oh yeah,
off of Tropez. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So there's this island. It looks amazing. It's sort of like off of where?
Tropez. It's 24-minute ferry from Tropez.
Oh, okay. So it's this island, and you can basically do it in a day trip. You have to book I guess the ferry books out really early for summer, so you need to book the ferry for the car really early.
Yeah.
Do you bring the car? Maybe you don't bring.
I don't think it's a car ferry one.
I can't remember. Okay, that's what I'm thinking of. But you have to book the ferry because it sells out. And you get there, and I think you can like bring your bikes or something, and then you can bike the whole island. And there's like a vineyard, and
there's supposed to be a really awesome like rosé winery that I really want to go.
It looks like the water looks like the Caribbean.
Oh, it's so pretty.
So we're gonna do that this summer together.
We need to book that.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of wraps our top 3 each cities in France. There's probably a few runners up that we can get into another time, but I think I feel
like those are good places to add on to a trip that like you might normally not know. Like there's other great places in France too, but like a lot of them I also feel like I just haven't explored as much of France as I would have liked.
I think we need to explore more of the northern part of France. Like I want
to go back to Brittany. I've been there once.
I've never been. I really want to go.
It's a great region to really spend a lot of time there. The food's great. It's in the summer. It's much cooler, so you'll be a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Than sweating it out in the south.
I've also heard we've had friends spend a lot of time in Burgundy, which the region is supposed to be gorgeous.
Yeah, I stopped there on my little road trip home.
Yeah, what did you?
And I really liked it. It's just a lot of stuff was closed because it was that period right after Christmas to New Year's.
Right.
But if you're a wine lover, I think it's probably paradise. And in the summer, it's still not as hot there.
Yeah, totally. We had mixed feelings on Bordeaux. You and I.
Yeah, look, I don't know. Look, when I went, it was just so gray.
It was gray when I went,
what's charming about it is all the buildings are small in the same way that they are in X. So it's like little small buildings of like 2 to 3 stories. There's some really good food. I had like...
The food was awesome. The wine is obviously amazing.
But then there were some areas of it that I just like... I don't know. I almost like didn't feel safe in a few areas that we went by.
Yeah.
Which is weird because...
That's not normal in France, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like... I would probably go back to visit, but...
Yeah.
Like I would never... I remember we were talking about like when we were going to move somewhere, like we had...
Was that on your
maybe
list?
Bordeaux, but then I saw Bordeaux and I was like, I could never live here.
We had the same. We went to Bordeaux, just my husband and I, before we moved to X, and we explored it as a city to live in. And so we toured a school there, and we were like, let's just check it out. And I immediately was like, nope. I don't want to live here.
Yeah,
First of all, it's super gray and foggy, which
is
always
gray and foggy.
Not my type of weather. And also, I felt like it was livable if you lived in the city, but like really far out for like to get back into Bordeaux if you lived in some of the surrounding towns. So anyways, I would like to go back, and I think this time instead of staying in town, I would go see all the wineries. They're supposed to be so
but I feel like that's
amazing.
kind of a different trip. Like I feel like
you're right.
That's
probably
trip,
a different
you could
trip.
like do a night or two in Bordeaux, but then go do those like chateaus with all the
you're right.
Wine.
You're right.
Where I really want to go is Biarritz.
Oh, me too. That's
which
on
is
my
like
list
the
too.
California of France.
Yeah.
It's just like a surf town. It looks really great, and then you can even like extend and go down into Spain to Bilbao, I think it is.
Yeah. Do you want to describe where it is? Biarritz.
Can I describe where it is? The
southeast. I was gonna say. I think
southeast coast. It's on the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's on the Atlantic. There's like it's a big. It's
pretty
surf
far
town.
north
big
of here.
Waves. It's far from here. It's like an 8-hour drive, but like horizontal.
Yeah. But that's definitely somewhere I would say people like talk about all the time here.
Yeah, people love that area, and then you're so close to that region of Spain with all the really good food. So I feel like that's somewhere that I want to explore.
We should do another on like some of our favorite towns that are like Spain border France, because I have a few of those.
Oh, I've been to a few.
You've been to a few.
Yeah, that area outside of Barcelona. That's so
beautiful.
nice.
So
yeah,
we'll save that for another episode.
Okay.
All right. Well, let us know what you think. If you have any other additions to our list, please add them to the comments.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. We'll see you next
talk
time.
to you soon. Bye.
Bye.